With thousands of miles of trails spread across the state, Washington is well known as an outdoor recreation hub in the Pacific Northwest. While the summer tends to be the busiest season with the best chance for sunny skies, hikers prepared for a little wet weather can also enjoy hiking in the spring or autumn. While it is nearly impossible to sum up the hiking opportunities in a state as varied in terrain as Washington, this list will get you started with 20 top hikes as rated by the Washington State Trails. Horseshoe Basin. A backpacking favorite where you can spend a day or a week exploring the wonders of this alpine landscape. Climb the local peaks, check out the Canadian border monuments, or kick back and watch the marmots. At night, listen for the coyotes and count stars. Anderson and Watson Lakes. A series of lovely backcountry lakes surrounded by stunning North Cascade peaks in the noisy Diabsid Wilderness make for a great day hike or an easy overnight. Park Butte. A stunning North Cascades alpine hike just south of Mount Baker. Day hike it or backpack here in late summer or fall, when it really shows off the best of autumn foliage. Chain Lakes. As an easygoing loop hike or backpack, or as a short day trip, the Chain Lakes have scenery to spare. Snow can linger well into late summer. Bring a map, as there are several loop options that can take you back to your vehicle. Spider Meadow and Phelps Basin. One of the most popular hikes for putting eyes on the glories of Glacier Peak Wilderness, this trail, backpacking favorite, takes you through stunning Cascades, meadows, forests and alpine country. Larch Lake. You'll have to work for a look at this high lake, nestled among the Scottish lakes out of High Camp, but oh, will it be worth it? High alpine passes and lake basins and golden larches make this a Washington essential. Hoh Rainforest Trail. There is something incredibly magical about the Hoh. The huge trees, the cascading moss, the birds and Roosevelt elk, the Olympic Mountains rising above and the broad river valley extending up and downstream, all make this a hike that must be done at least once in a lifetime. The trail is easy to minimal elevation gain, good tread and an open understory. Rialto Beach and Hole in the Wall. With so many mountain hikes to choose from, many hikers forget about the glories of Washington's coast. There is some incredible coastal hiking all the way up and down the coast, but this little slip of the wild Olympic coast is a classic. Plus, it's great for kids. Mount Angeles. You can't go wrong finding wildflowers at Hurricane Ridge in Olympic National Park. While the hordes head up the paved path to Hurricane Hill, solitude seekers climb up the Mount Angeles Trail and branch off to attain Sunrise Ridge. Phlox, penstemon, lupin, bistert, larkspur and more greet hikers here. Quinault River Pony Bridge, Enchanted Valley. Enchanted Valley is a classic Olympic destination, or early season backpack, under a canopy of moss-draped ancient trees. It's also a good bet for spotting some of the national park's magnificent wildlife, including bears and elk. TIPSOO Lake Natchez Peak Loop. This is a trail to save until August or September. In this short window of time, hikers will rejoice by frolicking in fields of wildflowers and soaking in one of the classic views of the mountain. Because it's a short, flat loop, this is our pick for taking out-of-towners who may not hike much. TOLMIE Peak Lookout, EUNICE Lake. A lake, a lookout and incredible views of the mountain, all rolled up into a great hike for the whole family. It's near impossible to choose just one or two essential Mount Rainier hikes, but make this hike is so well-rounded, it makes the cut. South Coldwater Trail. Walk a ridge high above the aquamarine shores of Coldwater Lake and take in the full Mount St. Helens experience, roaming herds of elk, treeless meadows of wildflowers, rusting machinery left from the eruption, and views of the mountain itself. Harry's Ridge. A classic Mount St. Helens hike, leaving from the Johnston Ridge Observatory. The hillsides are alive with wildflowers at midsummer, and the view from the end of Harry's Ridge has you looking straight into the mouth of the Crate, not to mention views of Spirit Lake, Mount Adams and even Mount Hood on a clear day. Indian Heaven, Bird Mountain Loop. A 10-mile loop that shows off the lakes, meadows and vistas, not to mention huckleberries, of Indian Heaven Wilderness, with a southern section of the Pacific Crest Trail. Bear Creek Mountain. Progress through increasingly stunning meadows, including ever-improving vistas of Bear Creek Mountain to your right during the majority of the scenic hike. While there is nothing left of the lookout that was here until the 1960s, the reason it served as a lookout site is obvious. 360-degree views include Mount Adams, Mount Rainier, and the monumental Goat Rocks, not to mention the countryside to the north and east. See how many peaks, drainages, and lakes you can identify using your map. Steamboat Rock. Save a visit to this dramatic state park for spring or fall, when things cool off. This hunk of rock in Banks Lake is a distinct example of massive ice age floods 15,000 years ago. Explore the geology and admire the unparalleled views. Oregon Butte. Just because they're tucked into the southeast corner of the state, don't overlook Washington's Blue Mountains, which you can find on this ridgeline trail in the Wenatchee Canyon Wilderness. Day hike it, turn it into a lazy overnight, several good campsites along the ridge, or connect it to a network of nearby trails for a longer loop. Sullivan Lake. Wander woods reminiscent of eastern hardwood forest, filled with aspen, hemlock and birch along the largest natural lake in the Colville National Forest. Plus, enjoy one of the best western larch displays in eastern Washington. Salmo Priest Loop. A classic high-country wilderness 2 to 3 day backpacking loop that easily rivals the beauty of western Washington's more well-known trails. On this trail, you'll get views, wildflowers and a chance at spotting some incredible wildlife along the way, not to mention a little solitude. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share.